Welcome to Rethinking K-12 Education Grant on Demand. This episode is working with Immersive Reader and Translate for teachers. What and why? What is this? Immersive Reader optimizes text to make it easier for students to read. It also includes built-in translation. Why does it matter? Students can hear passages dictated, choose a language they may be more confident using, eliminate distractions, and break down syllables to make text easier to read. Session goals. By the end of this episode, you should be able to access Immersive Reader in Word Online and OneNote, understand all the features available in Immersive Reader, access and use Microsoft's Translate tool and the OneNote web clipper, learn where to find Immersive Reader in additional apps such as Flipgrid, access the Microsoft Educator Center to continue learning about Microsoft's accessibility tools. If your school district uses Office 365, you and your students have access to a set of learning tools that help improve reading fluency and comprehension. The main tool I'm going to cover in this video is Immersive Reader, and then we'll look at Translate and some other tools that work together with this as well. Often your school district will offer a shortcut to Office 365 from the school website. But you and your students can also access Office 365 in the cloud by going to portal.office.com. So let's do that here. So you can see, get to your login screen. And I'm already saved here, but otherwise it will take you to a screen where you're going to put in your email address and your password. And you will get to your Office 365 home screen. For this example, I'm going to open a new Word Online document, and I like to do this from my OneDrive, which is the cloud here. And this way I know where I'm saving my files. And that's something really important, because you can make folders here and subfolders. I'll make a folder called Immersive Reader, just to put this in here, and I'm going to click on it and create a new Word doc right in this folder. So now I'm creating a new Word Online document from my OneDrive. And I'll rename it here at the top, and I'll call this article. As soon as it comes up, it'll allow me to rename it, and I'll call it article. Okay, so there's nothing on this page right now, so I'm going to go out to a website. I'm going to use Newsela for this example, and I'm going to log in, copy and paste an article. Now you can copy any text or reading passages, etc., into Word Online, or you can work within a document that's already in your OneDrive. So I'm logged into Newsela. This is just the free version here, and I found an article, and I'm going to copy the text that I see here. So I'm just going to highlight what I see, maybe up to about here. I'm going to right-click, copy, and I'm going to paste this into Word Online. So I just wanted to go through the process of getting some text into Word Online. You can use anything you have that you want to give your students, or the students can copy and paste text into their Word Online area as well. So the reason I'm doing this is I want to show you that if you click the View button and then Immersive Reader, it's actually going to pop you into a whole different environment. You can see that the text looks a little bigger, and there's some buttons here that I'm going to go through. So one of the things that you can do is click this play button. Let's see what happens when we click on that.
Per minute.
Oh, let's start at the beginning and click play.
In the race to scarf down the most hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Okay, so it's reading the text out loud. So that's the first thing that a student could have happen if they turn on Immersive Reader by going to View Immersive Reader. It takes any bit of text in Word Online and can read it out loud. But if I click on the button next to it, I can change the voice, male or female, and I can even change the speed. So let's click play again.
Minutes. Competitive eaters may have a limit, 83 francs, buns and all. That's the finding of a new analysis.
Okay, so that's the female voice moving a little bit faster. So there's also some buttons here at the top. And if you click on this little button here, the little A's on the top right, let's look at some of the features here. Okay, so the first feature that comes up is text size. Students can actually make the text bigger or smaller. They can increase spacing, and that's already on. So if they turn that off, it will decrease the spacing. They can change the font. They can even change the background color. And there are more colors available as well. So if a student goes in and makes these changes, it will actually hold the changes for them. But there's more. So if you click on these lines at the top, there's some grammar options as well. So one of the options is that if you click on the syllables here, let's say I'm not as familiar with the way words are pronounced. I can turn on the syllables option. It'll break the word down further for me. Students can also highlight parts of speech and choose specific colors to display for that. And they can even show labels. So if I turn the labels off, I don't see them. If I turn them on, those are the nouns. I can turn verbs on, change the color of the verbs, and it will point it out for me. So these are just some of the pretty incredible things you can do. Now this book over here will allow students to change the line focus as needed. So if you click on that, it'll change the line focus, and all the while they can still click the play button to have it read out loud.
Analysis. It reviewed nearly 40 years of the storied Nathan.
Okay, but now it's highlighting the text a bit. You can turn that off now. It'll go back into paragraph form. Now this picture dictionary from Boardmaker is already turned on. So I want to show you what this is. Let's say I click on the word island. I can hear it in English.
Island.
Now it says Russian here, and I'll explain why in a minute, but I can hear it in Russian.
Konya Island.
And then I see a little picture here. Now the picture is like a little designator that will show students, give them a hint basically of what the pictures are about. So if you have students with a language barrier, they can actually see a picture and they can hear the text in their own language for the word itself. So mine was set to Russian earlier. I can click it. I can change the language. Okay. Screen automatically refreshes, and now it'll be in Spanish.
Empezar.
And I can still see that many of the words, particularly the nouns, will also have a little visual reference here. Now, another aspect of Immersive Reader that I love is that you can translate the entire text by document, and it keeps the original and the Spanish version. Students can have it read out loud.
En la carrera por la bufanda más perritos calientes en 10.
Okay, and then they can use all the same features. It's really, really cool. As soon as they hit the back button, they're back in the original document. So all you have to do is, if you can get text into Word Online, either copy paste or open up something from OneDrive. You can also open up something from your LMS. So for example, let's say you assign a Word Online link to students in Schoology. If you opened it up, it would open up in Word Online, and then students can pop the text into Immersive Reader and use all of these really, really cool features. Now, how about text that isn't currently accessible online, such as a reading passage in a book or a textbook page? I recommend getting the Office Lens app on your phone. This is for the iPhone, and this is in the Google Play Store, what it looks like. And what you can do with this app is you could take a photo of a whiteboard or text passage, etc., and send it to Word Online, OneNote, or Windows 10. What'll happen is the applications will recognize the OCR text, and then you or your students can launch Immersive Reader, helping you read the text more effectively. So imagine a student taking a picture of a textbook page in English using Office Lens and having that page of a textbook read back to them in their native language. So I just want to show you what that looks like. So for this example, I captured this recipe with my Office Lens app, and I sent it to OneNote, to a specific page in a notebook. So you could see this, it kind of looks like any regular picture, but because I took it with Office Lens and it recognizes the OCR, I can now click on Immersive Reader and use all of the same features. Now, I want to mention another tool that can be used concurrently, and that is the microphone dictation tool. Certain students may need to begin expressing their ideas verbally rather than starting to type. Let's say they were writing an essay. So in Word Online, and this also works in OneNote, students can click on the Home tab and they'll see this dictate tool here. So as soon as I press this, I'm not going to do it just yet, anything I say will type out on the page. So it does not account for grammar, so students will have to go back and revise or insert words along the way, but let's try this out. So I'm going to click on dictate. I am making this video for you today, period. So you're going to want to be really obvious. Oh, and I'm still dictating, so I can stop this microphone. Now, I didn't know it was still recording, so I can delete what I didn't want. But because I said the word period, or let's say I would say the word comma, it would recognize those grammatical words. So it's a different way of speaking, but it can work really well for brainstorming, getting your thoughts on the page, etc. Now, another neat feature is that this little arrow next to the dictate button allows students to choose the language they're speaking in. So I'm going to click on this little drop down here. Click on the word dictate. It brings up the same features, which is recording me again, but let me hit pause on the microphone. If I click on this little dictation settings area, I can actually change the spoken language of which I'm dictating. So I'm not going to actually speak in another language right now, but you understand. So you can actually choose the language, dictate in the language using the microphone, and then what you can do is it goes into the panel on the side automatically, and you can interact with the words and insert them. So this could be a student dictating in their language, getting their thoughts on the page, or if you wanted to share resources with parents and translate important information as well, it could work that way as well. So what happens is it actually will create another file in your OneDrive where your original English document is. And then you'll be able to have access to both documents and do what you need to do with them. Another great thing you can do to get text into Word Online or OneNote, especially OneNote in this case, is use the OneNote Web Clipper. So I've installed the OneNote Web Clipper, it looks like this, as an extension to my Google Chrome at the top of my screen. And the purpose of this clipper is to save anything that you're looking at on the web to OneNote. So you can clip it to OneNote, organize and edit it, and then access it from any device. So I've gone out here to find another article. And then when I click on the OneNote Web Clipper, my different options will come up. So I can do it as a full page. I can drag and drop just to select a region of the article. If I click on article, it kind of takes out all that extra stuff and cleans it up. I think I'm going to do that. And I can also bookmark the article itself so that when my students click on the link, it will take them right out to the website. But for this example, I'll hit article. I've already chosen my notebook and the page and section that I'd want it to go in. And I'm going to click on clip. So this will clip the article from the web. In a moment, I'll go back out. We'll view it in OneNote. And just to keep in line with the purpose of this video, I've clipped this article, and now I should be able to use the Immersive Reader here and have access to all the same tools as I've been showing you all along. So just really neat, another little feature that helps you get text into OneNote, read it in a variety of ways, and especially access other languages. Now that you know about Immersive Reader, you'll start seeing it in other products as well, such as Flipgrid or Nearpod. In this example, students are being asked to respond via a video for Flipgrid, and there's this little icon here with the book and the volume button, and if they click it, it's going to pop those instructions directly into Immersive Reader using all the same tools. So it's now built into Flipgrid, certain aspects of Nearpod, and look for it in other products as well. You may also find Microsoft's Educator Center helpful to you as you navigate the learning tools available. Start by going to education.microsoft.com and sign in with your Office 365 account. Here you will find courses that you can take to earn points and badges, as well as related lesson plans and lots of resources. If you click here on resources and you do a search for Immersive Reader, or you start typing it in, there are a couple different resources here, including all about the Immersive Reader. So if you click on this, you will get more of a description, a one-pager about it, some related videos, and an interactive guide. So definitely feel free to check this out to understand more about the product. Now that we've reached the end of the episode, you should be able to access Immersive Reader in Word Online and OneNote, understand all the features available in Immersive Reader, access and use Microsoft's Translate tool and the OneNote Web Clipper, learn where to find Immersive Reader in additional apps such as Flipgrid, access the Microsoft Educator Center to continue learning about Microsoft's accessibility tools. For more information about additional TRLE video on-demand sessions and other available TRLE programs, go to pd.swboces.org/TRLE_grant or contact Mary Beth Wilson. We value your feedback about your experience with this digital resource. Please take a moment to share feedback about your experience with this resource using the following link.